The last essential part, and probably the most essential part of teacher education that needs to be changed, is adding culture into the teaching. It should be a cornerstone of teacher education. It's the way that a social group lives. It should be an interdisciplinary topic that all subjects integrate into their coursework, and it's a way of relating the school to its community. By having teachers who understand culture outside of their own and all of the cultures in their classroom and community, they become more effective, more powerful teachers. They're able to empower not only themselves but their students because they understand their students on a different level than what is normally being reached. With that said, I'm going to show you guys a short video that I found on YouTube that is a professor from a Finnish university talking about their selection of teacher education students. So they have a smaller pool to choose from for their teacher education programs, and they like to keep them very sharp, and this video goes into the selecting process for that.
According to PISA studies, Finnish students have ranked very high in science, math and reading. Finland is the best achieving European country in all these three domains. In reading and science, we have always scored among the top 3 countries. The classroom climate in Finland is very exceptional. We have more noise in our classrooms than, for example, in the Asian countries, in Japan or in China. In this figure, we can see that Japan has very quiet classrooms, and Finland is here on the bottom, meaning that we have a lot of noise. This can be explained by the nature of our classrooms. We have a democratic classroom climate and we are getting good learning results in Finland. The goal of teacher education is to educate pedagogically thinking teachers who can reflect on their own work and who can see their role in the Finnish society. We educate ethical professionals who contribute to the holistic development of their students. In Finland, we can select our teachers from a very motivated and well-achieving student population. This is a big difference compared to some other countries, for example, to the United States. If you look at the admission rates at the University of Helsinki during the last 10 years, we can see that it has been more difficult to get into the class teacher education than to the faculties of law or medicine. The admission rates to class teacher education has been around 5 to 7%, when in law it has been around 12 to 17%, and in medicine 11 to 20%. In addition to academic achievement, we look at some other qualities from our teachers. We look at social skills, communication skills, and also how the teachers see their own profession. Teaching at the Department of Teacher Education is research-based. This means that we teach what we research and we research what we teach. After master's degree in education, our teachers have the skills to continue in the doctoral program. Even though our teachers graduate with master's degree and we educate them for lifelong learning, they need support, they need in-service training. For example, teachers need to update their knowledge and their skills, how to use modern information technology in classroom and how to promote student learning with the help of new technologies.
So I think that video touches on some important things and the differences between the Finnish teacher education system and the United States teacher education system, and the fact that they're focused on teaching their students to be holistic in their teaching, touch on more than just their tangible education, touch on their cultural, their pedagogical, and their lives outside of the classroom. And it's no surprise that they are leading in many areas of the world in terms of the education payoff from the different way that they're teaching their teachers to teach. The last section of the reading talks about what it means for our students and what it means for the students if we're able to change our teacher education program is that they're given a more equitable classroom. The curriculum's not biased or racial, nor are the teachers. The curriculum ties to the surrounding communities, and the surrounding community becomes stronger and has more support for its schools. The students are empowered because the teacher's empowered. Students learn the perspectives of the world and not just the people who are writing the textbooks. And students who are raised in an educational system that's fair and teaches them democratic, social, and individual justice become democratically social and individuals in the world. They become better citizens, not just smart ones, but well-rounded people who want to promote equality and social justice for everyone. My thoughts on this article are, is it doable? I think about how the class that I'm currently in, Education 475, addresses this topic and how most of the courses do not, and what it means for me as a PE teacher. I do think it's doable. I think it's something that if enough people start to understand it and can see the benefits of it, it's something that can change over time. Of course, nothing is ever instant in our society, but this is something that teachers of my generation can get the ball rolling on and hope that in the future it can become doable. I think that classes like Education 475 can get the ball rolling for us and help us understand that this is out there and that the critical pedagogy does exist and it's something that is real and can really help our students in our classrooms and our schools and states and our government as a whole, which is our society as a whole. Most education classes do not cover things of this nature, so I think that there should be more classes slowly but surely integrating the ideas of the critical pedagogy into the classroom. Lastly, what it means for my classroom as a PE teacher is that I can start to apply the concepts that I've learned. I can start to apply the language, the power, the culture, and the history into my classroom and not just teach to the standards all the time and try to interject empowerment into my students and have them understand the subject on a deeper level and how it relates to them as citizens in our community.